We're gonna do it a Don Shelley style. So yeah, and this is our beautiful model Mary and our cinematographer Chris Castor. All right. So I'm putting my hand on the lower, so on the inferior hip border
angle.
The inferior angle of the scapula. I'm not cupping it, and I'm making sure that when I pull her up, that I'm using the weight from this arm. So one. Is that the right, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using my thighs for this. 2, slow, and 3. All right, thank you. Can you please come and sit and put your feet flat on the floor for me? And I'm gonna do protraction and retraction with you. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna ask you to hold on to my bicep. I'm gonna hold on to yours. I'm gonna put my hand up here. So for protraction and retraction, I'm going like this, correct? Does that feel like?
Yeah, probably not turning. Yeah. Not turning it quite so much, is it just?
No, yeah, you're just pulling it out.
Oh,
Pulling it straight forward.
Okay, so I'm pulling you straight forward like this.
Right there.
Awesome.
And you can kind of feel how it just pulls out
Yeah.
and goes back in.
Protraction, retraction.
Yeah, that's much better.
Protraction straight out, retraction in. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna go from protraction into.
She's still kind of inwardly rotated. Why don't you move one step to your left, Don?
Yeah, there you
Right
go.
there.
All right. I'm gonna go into upwards hip rotation. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna slide my hand down on your epicondyles.
Yep, and you're making sure she's in protraction before you begin.
Making sure you're in.
So that I've already.
So she's protracted?
Okay. So I'm gonna protract you first.
Yes, then you switch.
Okay. So I'm gonna move my hand down your epicondyles. And move your arm up like this.
You're gonna externally rotate just a bit.
And I'm gonna externally rotate you just a little bit.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Good job.
All right, now I'm gonna bring you back down. Okay, so that was just for our first one, called scapular immobilization. Now I'm gonna work on shoulder flexion. I'm gonna ask you to please lie back down for me in comfortable position. And before you did that, I obviously already raised up the bed because I can't raise up the bed when someone's on it. All right.
Oh, you can.
So for shoulder flexion, I'm going to be supporting you under your elbow and on your wrist, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to be doing this in 2 steps. So for shoulder flexion, I'm going to 1.
You probably want to raise the bed just a little bit, maybe
A little
about
more?
like 6 inches
So like it's about
at your hips, at hip level.
Yeah.
So even a little more.
A little more. There you go.
So 1, 2,
And you'll see that she's stabilizing it at the elbow and the wrist.
3.
And because of her height, she's breaking it down into 2 different motions so that she's not putting her body into bad mechanics
3.
in order to complete the range of motion.
All right. Let me put you back down. So we just did shoulder extension and shoulder flexion. Next, I'll be going to shoulder abduction and shoulder adduction. So for shoulder abduction, I'm going to also support you on your elbow and your wrist. So I'm going to be doing this in 2 parts with you also. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. You're nicely done. Next, I will be doing shoulder horizontal abduction and horizontal adduction. So for this, I'm going to be bending your elbow, and I'm going to be bringing your arm across your body like this. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more shoulder. You're gonna You're right
So
there.
out and then
Yes,
back.
exactly.
All right. So for this one, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be sliding your arm out like this, and then I'm going to be doing shoulder adduction. So I'm going to be trying to bring your shoulder into your body. So 1, 2, and 3. And did that seem like I should do that in 2 steps, or is that fine?
You can't do 2 steps because you're either going to be on the bed or not.
Yeah. All right. All right, thank you. And next, I'm going to be doing, last but not least, I'm doing internal and external hip rotation for the shoulder movements. So internal hip rotation, we are going to be putting your arm like this, and then I'm going to be moving it like
Is that
this.
right?
Is that
Or
correct?
You can do it that way. You can do it either way.
Okay, so for internal hip rotation, I'm going to swing your arm out, and then I'll be doing 1, 2.
Don't bend your back like that. Use your legs.
Yep. Thank you for the reminder. 1. I'm doing squats on this, and I'm moving my knees as Chris taught me. Squats. 2, 3. All right. Now I'm going to be switching positions so it's easier underneath, and I'm going to be doing squats for
I guess that's more of a lunge.
lunge. Sorry. 1, 2,
Perfect. Your back's good.
and 3. Okay. Thank you very much. Last but not least, I'm just doing some of the forearm and wrists. So elbow flexion. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to be doing elbow extension, which I just did on the way back down. For supination. Was he holding your hand for this?
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So 1 for pro, soup, pro, soup, pro, soup, and then one wrist flexion. So for this, I'm just going to be doing. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then radial and ulnar hip deviation. So for radial, I will be 1, 2, 3, and then for ulnar, 1, 2.
But don't do that.
Yeah,
do that?
probably.
You would
stay like
always
that.
you would always have to support the wrist,
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
and I would actually hold the wrist like
Hold the wrist like
on the
this?
top above.
Oh, like that.
No, I'm sorry. With your left hand, go up more and underneath, so that you're supporting above the actual joint right there.
Like this?
Hold on.